We make fun of information. You wait, we open the news. We just love to give you the news.
Now. Yes, indeed, my friends. It is time for episode 51 of The Kidders, which is now myself and Tim Slagle. And I can't believe we'll be celebrating a year next week.
Yeah. Spring my ass is the theme of today's show, which also I think Rod Blagojevich has said more than once.
I mean, for those of you who don't live where we live, which would be probably most of you, we got like 3 inches of snow overnight, which is ridiculous. This is not Boston. It should be done snowing by now, but it is Chicago, so you never know what to expect. There is a presidential race or a mayoral race coming up. So it is, spring my ass. We thought it was here last Friday, but it's not. But fortunately, it's kept us indoors looking through newspapers to find inciting stories to share with you. This was when Tim and I get together.
Just another March day in Chicago where the only thing worse than the weather is President Obama's bracket picks.
They said one story that we didn't use, but just quickly, is that all of the presidents on TV shows are more popular than him right now. And I can't. I mean, he even said he likes Francis Underwood on House of Cards, which is a murderer, a liar, a cheat. Oh.
Actually, I think every time he does a press conference, people say, we've seen all the episodes of this one.
Well, we have a mayoral race coming up here. We had a big fire in Chicago this week. Not the big fire that happened 100 years ago, but this one had 156 firefighters, 26 pieces of equipment. It was a factory that made fire extinguishers.
Kind of like locking your keys in the car, isn't it?
Yeah,
if you're big shoulders, now with extra irony.
I mean, that's like a fire at the swimming pool store. It shouldn't go anywhere.
Well, it just goes to show in Chicago a fire extinguisher is no good if you haven't paid the right people.
You got to get one that works. That's And speaking of working, here Casper, Wyoming, Darrell Alexander works at a car dealership 6 days a week. He celebrated his 100th birthday this week. Still going to work 6 days a week.
Amazing. The guy is so old, he remembers when cars were made out of metal. He remembers chrome, V8 engines, and spare tires. He remembers when a tune-up was something you got on your car.
He started when gas was 18 cents a gallon. And he's come a long way.
And as a used car salesman, he also remembers when you could reset an odometer just by driving at 100,000 miles.
Backwards. And he said he's doing this to have something to do. And I'm thinking, if I get to be 100, I'm going to have plenty to do. There's going to be pudding, there's bingo, there'll be shuffling, puttering. You'd think they'd have enough to do.
Breathing.
Exactly. God bless him. See him for a good deal because, he's not going to remember what he told you. No.
I gotta go ask the manager. No, we need the car by next week. That price is fine.
And he goes to ask the manager, never comes back. They find him in the coffee room reading comics, Japan. Now, the fine folks in Japan, and I've never really been there. I've been in their airport, but I'm sure they're nice people, but they're a little bit nuts. The people over there have come up with a new cologne for the Japanese that smells just like a Burger King Whopper.
Burger King cologne, guaranteed to make girls hold the pickle.
It's going to cost $40, but it includes a hamburger. Which, if you just walk inside a Burger King for 2 minutes, you're going to smell like a Burger King. You can't get that stuff out of your clothes. But
No,
now,
you could actually, if you want to smell that way, just work at a Burger King for a day and make $40.
there you go. And the girl's holding the pickle. That's caught me off guard. That's good. And now the story of the week. This one's really serious. A British Airways, a lovely company, a British Airways jet from London to Dubai had to turn around after about 30 minutes into the flight and go back to London because, and I quote, there was a smelly poo in the toilet.
Well, it was a little bit more than that, Dale. Apparently this one was so bad the masks dropped.
And, first they noticed it, then they said the people sitting close by noticed it, and those people are looking at the guy next to him go, who was the last one in there?
Yeah, apparently it was so bad he was charged with terrorism. That's those poor TSA agents that are going to have to make sure no one smuggles one of those aboard again.
That's what you get when a British company tries to make burritos. You just have to. But they had to take these back, and they offered these people a hotel accommodation and everything. I would, at this point, I think I would like one of those showers they give you after you've been exposed to radiation. Shower. Oh well, we that's all the stories we have for this week. But it is spring, and how are you doing on your NCAA bracket? Did you do any of that?
No, why bother?
I picked my alma mater, Valparaiso, to go all the way, so I was done in a half a day. Just. But I was proud of them. This year they fielded 5 people on the team, so that's
you might as well just pick the Cubs. They've got as much of a chance. For March Madness, I'm talking. Exactly.
Anyhow, it's March, which is supposed to come in like a lion and go out like a lamb. Yet here we are on the 23rd of March, a little bit towards the lambish side, and we get a day like this. What kind of an animal do you think today would be?
Well, I would say that on March 23rd, it hangs out on your, like an unemployed brother-in-law on your living room couch.
Because we went from lion, then on the 17th, St. Patrick's Day, we had that was the green ass, and they were all over the city. And so I'm thinking it's kind of like a really snarky dog today, one that doesn't behave, not a black lab or a golden lab, a meth lab. That's the kind of day that today would be.
It's actually hanging out in the driveway like something that's been around since St. Patrick's Day. Why clean it off? It's gonna rain.
But that's it for us for this week. Of course, we'd like to thank our viewer. Thanks so much for tuning in. It means an awful lot to us. And anything to say in closing, Tim?
No. See you next week.
And a few words. All right. Well, that's it for us. Let me cue up the music. Eddie, hit the music. There it is. I got it. We got a guy working for us now. So, goodbye. Thanks for joining us, and we'll see you next week for our 1 year anniversary.
We just love to give you the news.
Down, down, down.